Thank you, everyone, and welcome. Appreciate you taking the time this morning to learn more about task management. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Lisa. I've been in agriculture actually my entire life. I was born and raised on a dairy. Professionally, I've been working in agriculture for well over 25 years. I've had the pleasure of working with Maximus for the last well over 8 years. My responsibilities today are software sales and implementation, both on the swine and poultry side, and I'm responsible for accounts in the US and Western Canada. Today, I'm so excited to talk to you about a new product that we have called Task Management. It was really, this really comes from having a complete system and being able to improve efficiencies and help with compliance with your monthly audits and checklists that everyone is doing, whether we like to do them or not. We do them, and this is really to help ensure compliance, improve organization, and save time. And of course, time is money these days. It's really designed with agribusinesses, and the main focus up until this, that we've had in mind is both the swine and poultry markets. You're familiar with Maximus. Maximus has over 30 years of combined experience in the IT and agriculture sectors. Our primary markets are swine, poultry, dairy, and greenhouses. And you are familiar with Maximus and Maximus software. This product that we have for task management is it works with and without the controllers, and it's a separate module with inside of the software. It's available in French, English, and Spanish. It's very flexible and customizable. It is a web-based solution, and you purchase it with an online subscription like our other software. I am going to start the video. Task management is a great tool to help you improve efficiency, increase cost savings, and help ensure compliance. With this demo, I'm going to use a swine example. And with that in mind, this is a checklist that is recommended by the National Pork Producers Council, or Pork Checkoff. This is an example that I want to show you, a real life example of how you would set up a monthly checklist like this in Maximus Task Management, how task management can help you automate and add value to your business. So with that in mind, this is the survey that we will set up. The first thing that I want to show you is what this would look like for your users execute the checklist by using our mobile application. When they log into the mobile application, they will see an icon up here in the upper right-hand corner that indicates that they have tasks. If it's red, that means that a task is late. And they simply come in here and execute the task by answering the questions. And any task that they have will be displayed in here. I'll come back to this in just a minute. Next, I would like to show you how simple and easy it is to set this up from an administrative standpoint. The first thing that you'll need to do is set up a template, a task, what we call a task template. And in this example here, I'll use the pork checkoff one. I'll simply edit this one. There's different levels or different types of tasks that you can set up. They can be at the site level, at the building level, at the room level, and also the group level or flock level. Again, this example is at the building level. So you simply choose building level, you name it, you set a category, and a category can be used for reporting purposes. That's what we use it for mainly. And then here is where you would choose the level. So I've got this at the building level. And then you can choose some warning days, and then with the click of a box, it'll make this applicable to all of the buildings that I select on the schedule part. So on the schedule, the is really the most important tab in here. There's so much flexibility in here. Example, you could assign a task at daily, weekly, monthly, between two dates, or at the start of a group or at the end of a group. The important thing there with the group level stuff is if your group start date or end date changes, then the task will change with automatically with that. Again, this was designed specifically for use in agribusiness. Then the other thing that you'll have here is custom fields. And to add a custom field is very simple. You just name it and then you choose what type it is. So is it a list? Is it a string? Is it a yes or no question? Again, it's extremely easy to set up your surveys or your tasks in Maximus Task Management. So next, I'm going to show you then what this looks like from an administrator dashboard perspective. Then on your dashboard, you're able to see all of the tasks that you have set up for and for who they're set up for. So here you can see that I can filter it by assign to and so on, or apply to. The other nice option in here is I get a mode and I can view it in calendar mode, or I can view it in a list, which I was showing you before. So there's calendar, there's list. And when you look at the calendar, it's very self-explanatory that, there's checklists here that are late. So now I'm going to go back and show you from a barn standpoint, again, how they would log in and complete the checklist. So this is the mobile app. They're going to log into the mobile app. They'll come to the home screen here. They'll see that they have tasks to do. If it's red, there's late tasks. I simply click on that. It'll come up with a task that I need to complete. I simply click on execute, come back here, click the button that it was executed, and I can type in a comment if I want as well, and then I can execute the task. The other nice thing to keep in mind is compliance. You want to make sure that these are done not only on time, but they're filled out properly and that you have a record for compliance needs. That's where your reporting comes in. Here's an example of a report that says exactly what was done. This is the monthly checkoff. It was executed, when it was executed, what the responses were to all of the questions. So there's no doubt in anybody's mind that the checklist was completed. When it was completed and who completed it. So just to recap, they connect to the mobile app. They complete it. The mobile app, by the way, works online or offline. It's very intuitive, very friendly. You can view it on a list or a calendar. People can't cheat. And then, of course, you have proof in the report that the tasks were executed. So just imagine that you have over 20 barns in your system. How long today would it take you to see that all of your monthly checklists are completed? And who is responsible for that? And is it integrated into your system? Using Maximus Task Management, it's integrated into your system. It's very simple to complete. It allows you to be proactive and not reactive. You can improve efficiency and help ensure compliance. You can improve organizational performance and communication, not to mention saving time. And time is money. I will mention that we are going to take this a step further and implement this into what I'm going to call SOW task management, where you're going to be able to assign tasks to, say people at the sow farm. So, for example, Jonathan, you're responsible for breeding these 100 sows today, and then assign that task. And then as you're breeding sows, you can see how that task is being completed. That will be in a future release. Today, I have everything available at the at the site, the barn, the group or flock level, and then also the room level. And then there are things that you can, a few things that you can do at the sow farm level, like at the room level. However, we are going to be implementing and taking this a step further into actual sow tasks so that they show up as you complete tasks on, say, a group of sows or individual sows. So, and let's see, I think I have one other question about, is it possible to assign the same task to different persons? Yes. The answer to that is yes. You can assign that task, the same task, to multiple people. I have one more question. Can you check only a few items and go back to it later? Yeah, you can. As long as you don't complete it, it stays there as non-completed. And yes, you can, tasks can be implemented when you schedule it. There's many different options when you go into the scheduling tab. So you can schedule it by week, month. You can have it on the first, say 3 days before your group starts. And then if your group does not start on that day, it actually changes with the start date of the group. So that's one of the cool features in there, is that in the when you start it or start your group, if your group start date or flock start date changes, then it automatically changes with the start date or end date of your group or flock. So yes, and there's many options other than week or month. You could do it on the first day of the month or the last day of the month. All of those options are in there. And then the next question I have is, can this be integrated in your current subscription? It is an add-on to that, but yes, it can be part of that, or you can add it on to that subscription. So yes. And then I have another question here about, will it alert someone if tasks aren't completed? We can set up and schedule an email to that person that they have that they have late tasks, and it'll also show up on your dashboard that you have late tasks. So when you log in, you're going to see or you're going to see you as a person if you have tasks assigned to you if they're late, right when you log in. And that's both in the full application and the mobile application. And let's see, I think I have one other question about, could tasks be assigned daily and day to day? Yeah, so this question came from Nazario. Nazario, you can assign them daily, monthly, weekly, however you want, and you can have multiple for different people. Let me see if I have any other questions. Yeah, and if I think I answered this, but if they aren't completed, we can set up a report to send for non-completed tasks, or you'll see that right on your dashboard. And then I have one more about, can tasks be sent to the controller and completed from there? Today, it is only in the mobile app. We are talking about sending that to the controller. But the problem is that you don't specifically, individual people don't log into the controller unless you log in remotely. So then, so we're still working out the details on that, but I like the idea of being able to complete it at the controller, but specific individual people don't log into the controller unless they log in remotely. So we're still working on how we would implement that. All right. I think I've answered the other questions, and I see there's a couple of questions about cost. I will get with those individual people on that, but it is a subscription base, and it's based on the number of sites and barns that you have. So that's how we're pricing it at this time. And then it says, I have one more question about, do you have scanners with Maximus security or log into the controller? If you have scanners with Maximus, so yeah, if you log in to the controller remotely, then of course we can put assigned tasks to you. So that's one of the ways that we would be doing that. I want to thank you all again for joining me today. I appreciate you taking the time to learn more about Maximus task management.